I am filming this on day 20 of my documented symptoms from COVID-19, the coronavirus, and I have unfortunately had a resurgence of my symptoms as of late. Specifically, my fever has been hovering around 102 the past few days, so I'm keeping an eye on that. But luckily I don't have a headache, and the body aches are manageable, much more manageable than early on in my illness. I was watching a very informative video the other day that I highly recommend to everyone, and it's by the channel Asian Boss, and I believe the title of the video is something like "This South Korean expert will answer all your coronavirus questions." I will link the video down below because it's so informative and I learned a lot about relapse and resurgence of symptoms. So that was very reassuring because as I'm approaching 3 weeks of being sick with coronavirus, I have expressed my concern to my parents because I feel as if this should be going away by now, but everyone I have talked to, and also we've consulted the doctors in my own family, and they have advised my parents, who have passed the information along to me, that the lingering fever and the sweating, things like this, even a resurgence of symptoms, like I said, as far as 3.5 weeks into being infected is quite common. So there is some reassurance I have in that. So that's just a health update. I'm at home just nursing myself, continuing to be on the mend, but I'm just taking it one day at a time. I did want to share this breathing exercise that I've been doing. My father, thank you, Daddy, when I was in the midst of the worst of my illness, my dad had sent me this video that he found online of a doctor in Queen's Hospital, UK. The doctor's name is Dr. Munshi, and I will link this video as well, that he shared this breathing exercise that he recommends because it gets the air into the basis of the lungs. So I'm going to demonstrate this because I've been practicing this intermittently throughout my illness, and I have been continuing to do so. I will warn, as he pointed out in the video, and I will concur, that especially if you are infected, it's going to be uncomfortable, and I actually found it pain-inducing to my chest. He reiterated in the video that this breathing exercise can help prevent secondary pneumonia that is unfortunately commonly seen with people contracting COVID-19. I have luckily not had that problem, probably because I'm young and I don't have underlying issues. So getting straight to the breathing exercise, it's 2 cycles of 6 breaths. You breathe in 5 times, and after each inhalation, you retain the breath for 5 seconds before you exhale it out. On the 6th breath, you are to cough robustly. So I will just do 1 cycle to demonstrate. Okay, so that's 1 cycle, and you are to repeat that again, so 2 cycles total. It does make you feel very lightheaded. This feels highly uncomfortable. In fact, it hurts. My chest hurts right now, my lungs hurt, and my breathing feels labored, and it's not comfortable whatsoever. It's not pleasant, and I've been trying to do this about 3 or 4 times per day. He does also explain that this is a good exercise for people preemptively to do. And he also explained that after doing 2 cycles of this breath, to lean or lay on your front, because the lungs are mostly in the back. So that will allow the smaller airways of the front to be closed off and allow the back of the lungs to expand further, thus increasing the capacity. So I have been practicing this, and as I continue my recovery, I have thankfully had no lasting effects. My sense of taste is back, so I'm able to enjoy the taste of food again, which has been nice. I do have a fever blister, unfortunately, but it's, with my ongoing fever, this is now going on, it's going to be going on 21 days that I have had a consecutive fever. And it had been, interestingly enough, my fever was lower when I was sicker. However, in the past week, my fever has gone up. So like I said, in the past 2 days, the readings have been over 102, in fact. So yesterday, the highest reading was 102.5. And that was a midday reading. So, and then at night, both last night and the night before, I have been sweating profusely to the point where in the morning I have to strip the bed because my sheets are entirely wet from my sweating. And then in the morning what happens is I feel cold and unable to get warm. And then my fingertips and my toes are tingling cold. And then that subsides by about 10:30 a.m. and then the fever goes up again. So, like I said, I have been consulting the people in my family who are physicians, and they have assured me and reassured me, both me and my parents actually, because I know they're worried about me because I can't have anyone here, obviously. They have been helping me from a distance for sure, not only with their love and support, but in consulting the doctors in my family and then passing that information along to me. And they have assured me repeatedly, because they know I'm still scared about this, especially with my ongoing symptoms and then my fever blister coming up, are both an indication that the virus is still inhabiting my body, unfortunately, and it's not completely out. But I have no choice but to wait it out. Time will heal. And I will link that video by Asian Boss down below because it's very informative also about the immune system. He explains in that video that unfortunately all the vitamin D and all the vitamin C and everything that you intake, the interviewer asked, does that help immunity? And the doctor said no, that does not help. Healthy individuals and people with healthy immune systems, unfortunately, neither of those two things protect oneself from contracting coronavirus. He confirmed it in the video. So please watch that video, because I'm not saying that it's not good to have a healthy immune system and a healthy body. I always recommend that, and I try to do that for myself too as well, obviously. But he did explain and make the distinction that the healthiest immune system in the world and the healthiest body in the world, this is a virus of exposure. So if one contracts the virus, it's simply that you've been exposed to it and it's highly infectious. So there is no immunity to this, period. Please watch it. And I will continue to do my breathing exercises and hopefully be back on YouTube with some lighthearted content soon. But I wanted to give a small update and show the breathing exercises for people who are recovering and who are sick. And let's all be on the path to wellness, supporting one another in solidarity. My thoughts and prayers are with each and every one of you, and my gratitude be with you. Thank you.